Hello you guys, this is Crush Gaming today, and I'm bringing you guys another video, but this is my very first video. I'm doing a story time. So this story is about me getting a panic attack. If you guys don't know what that is, it's where it's like a sense of fear that it's a sense of fear, and you feel like you can't breathe, but really you can, but like you just start freaking the hell out. So this is what happened. So I was at school. I just got back from playing football, and I went inside, and then I was just sitting down, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. So I went to the teacher, and I was about to cry because I was like 11 years old. So I felt like I was about to cry, and then I asked the teacher. I went to the teacher, and he was like, "All right, go back there and tell the teacher what's happening." So I went back there, and then I was talking. And then the teacher was like, "Alright, let me take you to the nurse office." So when I went to the nurse office, I started freaking busting out crying. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die," and all that. Like it was like I was like crying, and the nurse was like, "Alright, lean forward, and you'll be alright." And I was like, "Alright." So I started leaning forward, and I was like crying and crying so much, and I felt like I was gonna die, like I said, and I was like, I was scared out of my mind, and I didn't know what to do, so I kept crying for a long time, and then they called because at that time I was with my aunt, and so then my aunt came, and then my aunt came, and then she picked me up, and then took me to the nurse, and like I passed out. And then when I went to not the nurse, I meant the doctor. So when I went to the doctor, they're like, "Alright, you're having a panic attack," and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And they usually end for about this. They go for like about 10 to 15 minutes, and it was one of the worst things that ever happened to me. And from now, I've been having them ever since, and I hate it so much, and it just scares me, and that's since I was like 11. And the second time when I had a panic attack, I was hiking on a mountain, and I was running up because there's like a giant mountain I was running up, and then I went up the mountain, and then like everybody was like going down, and I was like freaking dying. I was like, and I was like freaking trying to breathe, and then I asked this one hiker, I was like, "Hey, can I have some water?" And she's like, "Alright, here's some water." And I was like dying. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't breathe. I cannot breathe." And like, she's like, "What do you want me to do?" I was like, "I don't know." So I started running down the hill, and then I went to one of my friend's dads, and I was like dying. I was like, "I can't breathe," and he was like, "Alright." He was like, "Alright, what do you want me to do?" And I was like, "I don't know. Just try to calm me down." And he tried to calm me down. I wasn't calming down, so he put me on his back. He ran down, and he was like, "Alright, just stay right here." So then he went to go get my mom, and then he what else did he do? Oh, and then he got my mom, and then she was like, I never saw him do this because I never told her that I had panic attacks, and she was like, "Don't worry, honey, you're gonna be alright. Our whole family has them, even your other side of the family." I was like, "Alright." So the third time I had one, this is like all the ones I'm telling you that I freaked out about. So the other one I was at this jumping place. It was like A0 time, if you guys don't know what that is. It's like Jump Street, yeah. So I was at there, and I was like, it was like about to December or whatever. So I was bouncing around, and no, alright, before that, like, the day before that, I had one, and I was freaking out, but not as worse as this one. So I was at A0 time, just like Jump Street, if you guys don't know. And I was just jumping around, and I felt like I was like, it's like scary. Once you get them that day, then the other day of course, gonna have one. You're gonna be very scared. So when I got one, I was like freaking dying. I was dying, and I went outside, and I kept getting drinks. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I felt like my throat hurt, like, throat was like swelling up and it got really freaking dry, and I was like, crap, I'm having another one. And I went outside. I was like, alright, I'm gonna just take a breather. And then I was with my cousins at the time. We were jumping around, and they were just like, alright, he's having another panic attack. And then my other cousin started having one. I was like, oh my gosh, just a panic attack. And then these times I didn't cry. Thank gosh, I'm like 15 years old, crying, and whatever. Where were we? Alright, so there's this one girl. There's like an old lady that had her grandsons. She was like, I was like dying. She's like, "Are you alright?" And I was like, "No, I'm having a panic attack." She's like, "Alright, what do you want me to do?" And she's like smoking a cigarette at the time. I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me. Give me a cigarette. She's like, alright, here you go, son. Have a nice little cigarette. And I'm like, alright. And I'm like, I don't smoke or anything. And then she's like, alright, what do you want me to do? So I was like, I don't know, just try to talk me out of it. And I was like, crap, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die again. This is, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. And then so I was like there, I was like, and then I saw a cop. I was like, it's the worst thing. So I saw a cop pass by. I was like, alright, come here. I stopped him, and then got him to. He was like, alright, so do you have asthma? And I was like, no, I do not have asthma. He was like, are you sure? I was like, I'm positive. He was like, alright, then I guess you are having a panic attack. So you're going to want to just calm down, tell me how's your day and everything. So I told him my whole day, and he was like, alright, and he was like, are you alright? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then, like, I just kept having them that day. So I still have them. I am going to be going this, like, through the mountains, because I'm going to go see my mom. I haven't saw her in quite a while. So I'm going to go see my mom, and then I'm freaking scared if I'm going to have one. So wish me luck, you guys. So this is the Crush Gaming, you guys. Thank you for the story time. Can you just please like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.